You're ready to establish your first business bank account. You want to make sure that you pick an institution that can support your deposit needs as well as support and grow with your lending needs as well. And the one that you have the best opportunity to get approved for when it comes to the lending side. I'm going to explain to you why American Express will likely be one of, if not the best option for you to get started and to stick with long term. The first thing you need to establish is making sure what type of entity you're looking to create. If you're going to do sole proprietorship, if you're going to try to stay in your own name, if you're going to try to incorporate and do either S Corp, C Corp, or LLC, you need to make sure you have that sorted out, and all the proper documentation along with that sorted out. If you're going to incorporate, that's EIN, registration with the state, making sure you have an NAICS code. You're going to want to make sure that you set up some kind of business address virtually or physically, business email, ideally a website, and a business phone number. It sounds like a lot, but if you want the best opportunity to set this business entity up with the business checking and jump into business lending products, this is going to be the foundation you need to have. Your sole proprietorship, you pretty much need the same thing, except you may not have to register with the state and you may not need an EIN number, but you're probably still going to need an NAICS code, which is an industry classification code that says what industry you function in. It comes with about a 5-digit code. You need to go to that website, NAICS, it's North American Industry Classification System, and that is exactly where you're going to pick that code and use that throughout your business banking relationships. When you have all of that in order, you're going to jump in at American Express, go to their website, and get started in the process of establishing that business checking account. The reason you want to lead with the business checking account is because this is the sphere of influence as a core customer for any for-profit institution. With credit unions, they're not-for-profit savings accounts or that center hub account. When it comes to private, commercial institutions, it's going to be the checking account. Personal or business, they look at it in light of the checking account being the center of that relationship. Once you have that established, they're much more comfortable working with you on other products, including lending. So get the business checking account set up, bring the proper documentation, or in American Express's case, upload the proper documents. There's no physical locations. So you want to make sure you have that documentation together, get the business checking account sorted out. Another benefit of you doing this first is because the lending side is going to be tough, in the sense of getting in the door with them if you're brand new. So you want to use the business checking account as kind of a litmus test of, are you set up properly or are you running into hurdles with documentation and verification? Much easier to do on a deposit side because you're not taking a hit on your credit. You're not going through that, getting locked out because you're trying to apply for credit and flag for fraud. If you run into that on the business checking side, deposit side, they'll let you know what they need. In most cases, you provide it or you can work through that and you're not taking as much of a risk on your end. So you want to start with the business checking. Ideally, unless you have phenomenal credit and a deep credit history, you may be able to jump right into the lending side. American Express is going to have the infrastructure to support your business checking account very effectively when it comes to the various products, tools, and technologies they have available. They're also going to be arguably one of your best options on the lending side. And this is really why you want to kick the door down with them. American Express is one of the only institutions, especially major institutions, that once you're in their ecosystem and you qualify and you continue to have good consumer behavior or business behavior, meaning that whatever products you're using effectively, you're not giving them any reason to be skeptical about you, they will roll out the red carpet. In many cases, you'll get pre-approved for many other products in their ecosystem. They're also going to be very generous and lenient on pulling your credit for different products. Once you get in their ecosystem, and I can attest to this personally, you can qualify for other credit cards and even lines of credit, sometimes even secured loans without a hard pull, or at least know you qualify before you get a hard pull. This is very unique to American Express. Most other institutions will repeatedly pull your credit, no matter how deep your relationship is with them, every new product you try to get on the lending side. And American Express doesn't operate that way. In most cases, if you're effective and they see you as a valued customer, they will let you in on that first hard pull or the first couple hard pulls to get that first card. And from that point on, you can continue to grow in their ecosystem, literally to 10, 14 different cards with them, all under the same inquiries you had whenever you started. And this is why you want to start out with American Express. And you want to start with the business checking account if you're looking to get into the business lending side. Now, obviously, if you have a personal credit card with American Express, you can jump right into the business lending side out of the gate. But if you don't have a personal account already, you don't have a personal credit card with American Express, then you're going to get hard pulled on the business side. And if you try to go back to the personal side, you're going to get hard pulled again. So you want to either start on the personal side or graduate to the business checking account. That way you can make sure the business entity you're going to apply under, especially if it's not a sole prop under your own name and information, is going to align properly to get approved. You're going to use it as a gauge without wasting a potential inquiry or getting flagged or putting yourself in a bad position with them to apply. So again, make sure you have all of your documentation. Make sure you have everything filed properly. Take the time out to improve your odds. Don't go in gambling, shooting in the dark. You don't have to do that. I'm telling you a step-by-step playbook on how you can work your way into a great, probably one of the best lenders and financial institutions in the United States with American Express by simply having your documentation lined up in advance. So again, it's going to be your Secretary of State, your EIN number. You're going to need an NAICS code to get in a proper industry classification and not in a high-risk industry. Usually not the best idea if you haven't already created a business name yet to put your industry in your business name, especially if you don't know if it's high risk or if it is in a high risk industry. It's also important to have a virtual or physical address that's business related, not your home, ideally, unless it's a sole prop. And you want to have your business phone number, a business email, and ideally some kind of even basic business website. All of this legitimizes the business, even if there's not a ton of revenue, even if it's brand new, you can crack into a business credit cards very early. My experience has been that I've used my sole proprietorship to get in with American Express. I got a personal credit card with them first, then I got the business credit card under a sole proprietorship using my personal information as a bit of a test to see how this would work, and it worked out just fine. I was approved right out of the gate for the business credit card, and I got it only 60 days after the personal credit card. So American Express is one of the most reasonable barriers of entry while giving you the highest scalability. So this is what I was talking about in the previous video about going in and chasing behind institutions that are the easiest to get approved for. Meanwhile, when you actually get established and grow, they can't keep up with your growth because they're such a small, limited institution. This is the problem with a lot of credit unions. This is the problem with a lot of small banks. You want to get your foot in the door early with the bigger, larger, more fortified institutions. And I just broke down a step-by-step plan of how you can do so while minimizing your risk in the process. Leave some comments down below and let me know if you have an existing relationship with American Express, what that relationship looks like, and what data points, what experience have you had getting in and expanding, or if you're looking to get in American Express and the information in this video was helpful to you. Comment down below. Other than that, to all my pioneers, welcome back. My new viewers, welcome in. If you want to find out more about the channel, check out the description below. If you want to find out how to support the channel for free while getting access to some great credit card offers, including American Express, links in the description below. Other than that, I want y'all to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.
This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity Network, a channel dedicated to helping you increase your net worth through relationship banking, maximizing your borrowing capacity, the proper use of life insurance, and the ownership of real estate. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading content on a daily basis to help you customize your blueprint for prosperity.